Hello everybody, and welcome to the second video in our short YouTube optimization tips mini-series. I am Ryan for Ryla Official, and today we are going to be discussing custom thumbnails. What are they, why to use them, and then how to make them in Photoshop. All of that coming up. And if you haven't seen the first YouTube optimization tips video, then you should watch that one first before watching this video. In this video, we will discuss what custom thumbnails for YouTube are, and then next we'll discuss why you should use them. Finally, I will show you how you can use Adobe Photoshop to create custom thumbnails that YouTube and your viewers will love. First, let's ask ourselves, what are thumbnails? Thumbnails are those things on your thumbs that often get dirt under them. They usually grow really fast, so you might be too lazy to cut them every 2 weeks. On girls, they're often painted. Oh wait, not those types of thumbnails. In technical terms, thumbnails are a preview image of a file. On your computer, when you're going through your pictures or videos folder, you might notice that each file has a preview of what that file is. The same goes for videos on YouTube. The thumbnail, by default, is a still image from a random frame in your video. Most of the time, these aren't very interesting. So, you may want to have a custom thumbnail. What are custom thumbnails? Custom thumbnails are images that you can upload to YouTube when uploading your video that will replace the 3 auto-generated thumbnails. When you are uploading your video, or if you're editing the video properties in the video manager, you will notice that there are 3 auto-generated images. These 3 auto-generated images were taken from random frames in your video by YouTube's processing software. Most of the time, these thumbnails are no good and do not even help give a clue of what your video is about. The whole point of the thumbnail is to supplement the video title when people are searching for something to watch, or if they spot it perhaps in the related video section. If your YouTube account is verified with a mobile phone number, and if you don't have any community or copyright strikes, then you should be able to upload custom thumbnails. This brings me to my next point. Why should you create custom thumbnails? When people are searching for something to watch, one of the first things they will see in the list of videos is the title, but right next to it is the thumbnail for the video. Or maybe you saw the thumbnail first and were intrigued by it, and then you saw the title. If it was the thumbnail that attracted you, then most likely that person used a custom thumbnail. Most of the top creators on YouTube all use custom thumbnails for every video. The custom thumbnail should use bright and vivid colors to attract the eyes of the viewer. The custom thumbnail should have text that is either part of the title or is important to the video. If you add either your face and or your logo to every thumbnail, it creates a sense of brand consistency, and that is something that your audience will appreciate if you're using. Custom thumbnails look way better 99% of the time compared to the auto-generated thumbnails made by YouTube's bots. Sometimes custom thumbnails pose a question or a mystery using text and or images, and that question or mystery is something that's going to be answered in the video. Finally, having custom thumbnails with your videos will make you and your channel look more professional. This is because when viewers notice your beautifully designed custom thumbnails, they will probably think that you or someone in your crew have a background in graphic design. But you don't need to be that experienced with Photoshop to make your custom thumbnail, as everything that I'll show you can be done easily using Photoshop's basic tools. Before I show you how to actually make your custom thumbnail in Photoshop, it is crucial that we go over what YouTube's guidelines for custom thumbnails are. YouTube recommends that your thumbnail be as large as possible. These thumbnails will show up everywhere on YouTube that your video is shown. It's the preview image for the video player, it shows up next to the title of your video, and sometimes the YouTube thumbnails of videos get indexed on Google Images. The thumbnail will also be shown on devices with smaller screens, such as your smartphone, so for that reason your thumbnail needs to be of high resolution, so that it can be downscaled without losing quality. YouTube recommends that your thumbnail is 1280 by 720 pixels, although I've had success with 1920 by 1080 pixels too. YouTube will accept your picture in .bmp, .gif, .jpeg, and .png formats. My favorite is the PNG format because it allows for transparency in your image. Your thumbnail must also be under 2 megabytes in size. Finally, for best results, your aspect ratio should be 16:9. All of your thumbnails must follow the YouTube community guidelines, so that means that they cannot contain sexually suggestive material, extreme violence, nudity, or hate speech. They must also not be misleading. Your title and thumbnail must match what your video is actually about, otherwise YouTube could penalize you, especially if someone flags the video for being deceptive. If YouTube determines that you are abusing the custom thumbnails, they will revoke your ability to upload custom thumbnails, and you will be stuck with the crappy auto-generated ones. Finally, after talking about custom thumbnails so much, I want to actually show you how you can make them, and you'll need Adobe Photoshop if you want to follow along with my methods. I do not recommend using Paint for creating your thumbnails because it can be annoying as hell to correct your mistake. If you don't have access to Photoshop, you can get a 30-day free trial of the Adobe Creative Cloud, which includes Photoshop, or there are other gray area methods of obtaining Photoshop, which we will not be discussed here, if you know what I mean. Once you have Photoshop ready, open it and create a new document. Now give that document a name. If you don't already have an organizational structure, you can name it using the format of channel name or abbreviation dash video number dash thumbnail. Under the document type, choose the preset for film and video. Set your width to 1280 pixels and your height to 720 pixels. The resolution should be remaining at 72 pixels per inch. Color mode RGB, and set this to 16-bit instead of 8-bit. And finally, you want your background contents to be transparent. Once you have that all set, click OK, and you'll see your new blank canvas ready for you to add your elements. We only have a single layer right now in the transparency grid. First, we need something in the background. While we could just use a solid color, that could be kind of dull compared to a gradient pattern or a custom graphic. I have not developed any custom graphics for the use of the background, but I can make a nice gradient pattern in Photoshop, which I'll show you how to do. And to do that, go to the Layer menu, New Fill Layer, Gradient. Now, there are many options here, but the first box we'll look at is this one. As you can see here, there are already some common patterns. We have a rainbow pattern, one that is a mixture of some darker colors, and then one is a mixture of lighter colors, and everything in between. Of course, that's not all that they have. These are not all the presets that Adobe has. Did you know that they have even more? You can go up here to this gear icon and click on another set. And it'll ask you if you want to replace the current set of gradients, or you can click append and it will add them. So I like this kind of blue, yellow, pink pastel. And now, down here is where the magic of the gradients happens. Take a look at these sliders. These sliders control how much of each color is in the gradient, since the gradient is just a mixture or transition of colors. It's transitioning from light blue to yellow to kind of orange, pinkish, and then to more of a full-on pink. And these things will let you mess with the amounts of each. So have fun with this. So, let's say that I'm satisfied with this gradient preset. What you could do is, if you wanted to get back to this one in the future, you could save it as a custom preset. So let's say I would say, and there you go. Here's the original, and here's my customization. Slight difference here. So now we got some more options here. By default, the style is set to linear. This puts the colors in a nice straight line. However, there's a few more options here. Let's look at each of them. First, we'll look at radial. Now, radial here reminds me of that video game, but with portals in it. Wait a minute, that is the name of the video game. It's called Portal, and then there's Portal 2. I haven't played these in a while, since I don't have my laptop right now, as you probably know from previous videos when I've been ranting about that. But when I do get it, I will be making Let's Plays of Portal. Really excited to do that. Anyway, let's look at some of the other styles. Angle, you can adjust the angle. Let's put it back to 90, which is the default angle. We have some more, like reflected. Finally, we have diamond. I want to keep it on linear, as that's what I usually have it set to. I'm satisfied with that. So let's say that the video for which I'm making this thumbnail about is Half-Life 3. So first I'd want to find an image that represents Half-Life 3. And of course the easiest place to do this is to either import some graphics from your computer or find it on Google Images. We're going to go out to Google Images and find some stuff related to Half-Life 3. So let's say I like this image, so I will copy it, and then go back into Photoshop and paste it. And now we can use Photoshop's tools to transform it, scale it, do whatever we want, move it. Ah, there's a good spot for it. Next, you'll probably want to add some text. That's also very easy. Go over here to the tool palette, you click the text tool, and you click anywhere you want in the document to type text. It makes a new text layer over here, as you can see. So this is a Let's Play of Half-Life 3, so it's Half-Life 3. Oh my gosh, this text is too small. And I also don't like that black color. And I also want a different font. Ooh, so first let's move this. While you could scale it like this, choose your font size here. 60 is not good enough. 72. Oh wait, but I want it to be bigger. So you type in custom font size. 80 might be good. I like this one down here. I want a color that stands out more against this pink area, and I say bright green does a good job of that. Because you want your colors to stand out in contrast to the background. That will be the eye grabber. Since you want it to be legible on small screen sizes, you can zoom out to about 33%, and if you can still read the text, then you're good. So we passed the zoom test. Go back to 100% here. image is still looking kind of empty. You could add a lot more stuff in this space. So the next thing I want to do is add that element of mystery. You could do that by adding more text, or you could add another image. Let's see if we can find another good image for Half-Life 3. I like this image. So we paste it in here. We can move it. I like the image, but we have one problem here. We have two Half-Life 3 logos already. We do not need another Half-Life 3 logo. I only want this character and a little bit of his background. So what we do is we can crop it. Photoshop has a nice crop tool here in the tool palette. Just select around the area you want to crop, and then you can fine tune it. Okay. Oh my gosh. What happened to the rest of the image, you might ask? Well, it turns out this is not the proper way to crop your image. Rather, the crap way to crop your image. We'll undo that, and I'll show you the right way to do it. You'll want to delete this image, and I'm assuming this image is still in your clipboard. You just open up a new blank Photoshop document, paste the image in, and then do the same cropping thing in here. Okay, select all, copy, and go back to the Photoshop main document, paste, and now no matter how much you move and resize it, it will only be this image. The reason I showed you the wrong way to crop is so that you know the wrong way, so you know the way not to do it is, and that you don't fall into the trap. But then, of course, since I'm not a scammer, I want to show you the right way to do it. And if there's an easier way that does not involve doing what I did that I don't know about, please tell me in the comments below. I'd really like to know. The final thing that you'll probably want to add to your thumbnail is your face or channel logo. That gives that sense of brand consistency that your audience is looking for, which we've already said is good. I'm going to assume that your channel logo or face picture is stored on your computer. Go to File, Open, choose your file. It will automatically open in a new tab. Select all, copy, back to the main document, paste, size it, scale it, transform it, do whatever you want. We have added everything that we like, but we can spice up some of the elements in here with some effects. First and foremost, we can make this channel logo kind of blend into the background a little bit. Now in some backgrounds you'll notice this effect more than others, but on here it's more of a subtle effect. Go to the layer where you have your channel logo, right click on it, and click blending options. You'll see the opacity slider here. Drag it to around 80%. I don't know if you noticed what it did here, but I'm going to put it back up to 100%. Look, now I'm going to put it back down to 80%. And as I do that, look very carefully at the channel logo and see if you notice any difference. You can also mess with the blending mode here and notice what it does. Another part of this image that we can enhance is the text layer. We can create a little outline around it. To do that, go to the blending options for the text layer and turn on the stroke. And as you can see, it already made an outline around the letters of each word. As you increase the stroke, it will add the outline color even more and more. But if you have a small amount, like 1, 2, or that's all I want to do for this custom thumbnail. There's probably more stuff you could do and play around with to enhance it. But this is the basic custom thumbnail tutorial. This is just a basic look at how to create a custom thumbnail in Photoshop. Let's do our final zoom test to make sure the whole thumbnail looks good at different zoom levels. 33%, 25%. You can still kind of recognize even the text at the zoom level, and even more so when I drag it out even more. And I just noticed we can also stretch out these images more. Okay, so now we're done, and we need to save it twice. First, as a Photoshop document or PSD file, so that we can go back to it in the future if we want and actually change the layers. The second time will be as the actual picture file for uploading to YouTube as a PNG file. So let's save it as a Photoshop document first. Go to File, Save As, choose where you want to save it, and now let's save it as a PNG. Go to File, Export, Export As. Make sure the file format is at PNG and that the transparency checkbox is checked, and that all these settings keep the same. And I would give this file the same name and save it in the same directory as your PSD file so that you can have them together. So now that we have exported it, let's go to YouTube and I'll show you how you would add it. So we go to the YouTube upload page, and let's pretend we want to upload this video. You'll see here that the option for a custom thumbnail will appear here, and it tells you maximum file size 2 megabytes. You already knew that. But you would find your PNG file and upload it, and it should process. YouTube has this bug where it may not upload completely. After some tries, you'll get it to work. So what about if you want to add a custom thumbnail to an existing video that does not have a custom thumbnail? You go to the video manager and you click change image, and then you would choose your new file. Let's go to my only video that does not have a custom thumbnail at all, and now you get the option to add custom thumbnail. And you see, it does upload here. And a little note for adding or changing a custom thumbnail on an existing video, please be patient. It will take a few hours for YouTube to update your thumbnail internally, but when it does, it will be so much better for you and your channel. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to our channel by clicking that big subscribe button. And please share our video too, because it can help other aspiring YouTubers. Please like us on our new Facebook page and follow us on our Twitter and Instagram. The links to those are in the description of the video, so please read the description and you'll find that out. You can also click here in any of those boxes to the side here to view our previous videos, including part 1 of the YouTube optimization tips, which was about metadata, such as title, tags, and description, and how it helps you with search engine optimization. The other box labeled all videos to be taken to a playlist of all of our videos. Remember that I try to upload one video every week. Bye-bye.